It all started with this incredible promise, right? To connect the whole world, give a voice to anyone who wanted one, and turn every single one of us into a reporter on the ground. But it also unleashed some pretty powerful forces. Forces that could spread lies like wildfire, empower digital mobs, and get us totally hooked on our screens. This is that story, the dramatic and kind of contradictory story of the social media revolution and how it completely changed our world.
So that really brings us to the big question we're all still wrestling with. Is social media, at its core, a tool for good? A new kind of global town square? Or has it turned into this double-edged sword that's maybe driving more chaos than connection? The story of how we even got here is full of some wild twists and turns.
And for a lot of people, it all clicked in this one unbelievable moment back in 2009. A U.S. Airways plane crash lands in the Hudson River. But before the big news networks could even scramble a helicopter, this guy, Giannis Crumbs, just a regular person on a ferry, tweeted this photo. This single picture was everything. It was the promise of social media made real. Instant, raw, citizen-led reporting.
See, that moment wasn't an accident. It was really the culmination of an idea that had been building for decades. This vision that the internet could create a brand new kind of public space, a digital town square where we could all connect and share information.
The roots of this go way, way back to a military project in the 60s called Arpanet, which was basically the granddaddy of the internet. Then, you fast forward to the 90s, and boom, the World Wide Web explodes. By 2003, you've got platforms like MySpace making social networking a thing. Then in 2005, you get a glimpse of the future when the BBC uses camera phone footage from the London bombings. And of course, in 2006, Facebook opens up to everyone, not just college kids, and that really sets the stage for that iconic Hudson River moment.
So with this new digital town square came a totally new kind of power. For pretty much the first time in history, regular people and grassroots movements could organize and create huge positive change, all without needing permission from the traditional gatekeepers, like newspapers or TV stations.
And the results? They were absolutely stunning. When Hurricane Sandy hit the East Coast, social media became this critical lifeline for sharing emergency info. We saw viral campaigns that did incredible good, and powerful movements like #BlackLivesMatter found their voice and their power on platforms like Twitter, organizing massive protests and forcing a national conversation that had been swept under the rug for far too long.
And I mean, just think about the sheer scale of this new power. Remember the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge? It seemed kind of silly, but it became a global fundraising phenomenon that raised over $220 million. It was proof that a simple, shareable idea could have a massive, tangible impact on the real world. This was it. This was the promise, fulfilled.
But of course, where there's that much light, there's always a shadow. And as this new power grew, so did its dark side. The very same tools that brought people together for good could also be twisted to create chaos, spread lies, and unleash the absolute worst impulses of a crowd.
And that's the killer question, isn't it? We celebrated the power of the crowd to solve problems and report the news, but what happens when that collective intelligence turns into a digital mob running on nothing but rumors and panic?
The Boston Marathon bombing showed us both sides of this coin perfectly. On Twitter, it was an amazing tool for sharing eyewitness accounts in real time. But over on Reddit, a crowdsourced manhunt spun out of control. It became mob justice, falsely accusing innocent people and spreading horribly destructive rumors. The dream of citizen journalism slammed right into the nightmare of a digital witch hunt.
And this wasn't a one-off thing. We started seeing it everywhere. Viral hoaxes like the Momo Challenge, which was actually based on a sculpture, spreading absolute terror among parents and kids. We saw vicious cyberbullying, where someone got death threats over a bad Halloween costume. And we saw just how fast bad information could move, like when an incorrect tweet about a Boston bombing arrest was retweeted almost 14,000 times.
At the same time, the platforms themselves were evolving. They were getting smarter. And as media analyst Peter Kafka put it, apps like TikTok are literally engineered to be addictive. They're not just a place to connect anymore, they're designed like slot machines for our attention, promising a never-ending reward with every single swipe.
So how do they do it? It's all about the targeted algorithm. Think of it as this invisible engine running the whole show. It watches every single thing you do, every like, every share, every second you linger on a video, and it uses all that data to build this incredibly detailed profile of you. Its only goal? To predict what will keep you scrolling, to maximize your time on the app.
And is it working? Oh, you better believe it. The average TikTok user now spends nearly 2 hours every single day on the app. That is the incredible power of a finely tuned algorithm in action.
But this wild new ecosystem also created totally new forms of protest. Remember the UC Davis pepper spray cop? An officer casually pepper sprays peaceful student protesters. The image didn't just go viral, it became a meme. People photoshopped him into famous paintings, into historical moments. It became this powerful symbol of mockery against authority. It showed how social media could grab an event and completely reshape its meaning.
Okay, so you've got memes, you've got mobs, and you've got these super smart algorithms. In this chaotic new world, a new kind of battle began to emerge, a battle for trust. The old rules were out the window, and a new set of currencies started to decide who we listen to and who we believe.
So in this new world, value is measured completely differently. It all starts with trust. That's the bedrock. If people don't trust you, you have nothing. From there, you can build influence, which is the real power to actually change what people think and do. And how do you prove you have it? Through engagement, that constant conversation that shows you have a real relationship with your audience. Trust, influence, engagement. Those are the new currencies.
And if you want to see a perfect example of how to destroy all three at once, look no further. A business traveler's luggage gets lost by Air Berlin. He tweets at them saying he has no clothes for his meetings. The airline's public response? Unfortunately, we can't help you right now. It was just a masterclass in how not to engage, and it publicly destroyed customer trust in a single tweet.
But on the flip side, some brands totally got it. When the TV weatherman Al Roker famously overslept, McDonald's was right there with this genius tweet offering him coffee to help him wake up. They took a small, very human moment and turned it into this great positive interaction. That is how you build goodwill and earn that engagement.
So all of this, the good, the bad, the algorithmic, it brings us to the most important part of the entire story. And that's our role in it. Because this revolution isn't something we can just watch from the sidelines. We're all in it.
That old world, where a few powerful media companies broadcast to the rest of us, that's gone. It's over. Today, every single one of us is a consumer, a creator, and a distributor of information. We are all part of the network now, and we're all constantly shaping what gets seen and what gets ignored.
And that leaves us with one last massive question to think about. In a world where everyone has a megaphone and an algorithm can make any voice the loudest one in the room, who's actually responsible for the noise? Is it the platforms? The people creating the content? Or is the responsibility now on each of us, every single time we decide to click, to share, or even to just stay silent?